We'll go straight to the top story at this hour. The White House has confirmed that the U.S. President will be attending the Howdy Modi event in Houston on September 22nd. The U.S. Press Secretary has said in a statement that Trump will travel to Houston to underscore the important partnerships between the U.S. and India. The U.S. and India will also be discussing ways to deepen their energy and trade relationships. And joining me live for more on this is our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, joining us more. Siddhant, it will definitely be a big day. Now, two of the most influential leaders in the world on the same stage.
Well, absolutely. It will be a big day on 22nd when India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi participates in one of the biggest diaspora events across the world and in US. Remember, the last time such a big diaspora event took place in US was the Madison Square Garden event in 2014, and then we saw again there were other events as well, but this is unprecedented scale because approximately 50,000 people are going to participating, many of them Indian Americans, and now it's confirmed that US President Donald Trump will also be participating in this diaspora event, and through his participation, he is not only going to send the signal of growing closeness between Washington and New Delhi, but also, in a sense, make sure that his base gets ready for the elections in United States, because US goes to elections very soon, and that might be the other purpose. But by and large, the fact that a US president is participating along with the Indian Prime Minister in a diaspora event showcases how close the ties are. This is the third time both the leaders will be meeting this year. Remember, they have already met on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Japan and the G7 summit in France, and then again they are now going to meet in just in a week's time, and then of course there is expected to be a full-fledged bilateral between both the leaders in New York. Remember, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in United States from 21st to 27th. That will be approximately 1 week. Of course, first during his US visit, he will be in Houston, and then he will be going to New York, where he is going to participate in a lot of events, and the key focus will be his speech at the United Nations General Assembly. The last time he addressed the United Nations General Assembly was in 2014, when he gave the idea of Yoga Day. So this time also it's expected that he will come up with a lot of ideas, and there are expected to be a lot of layers in his statement from the United Nations General Assembly. Of course, going to meet the energy CEOs of United States as well. So by and large, a packed schedule, but a strong message of partnership and closeness between Washington and New Delhi has been sent, with White House confirming that US President Donald Trump will be participating in the diaspora event of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This will be the largest gathering of any foreign leader in United States after the Pope's visit to US.
Absolutely, Siddhant. It will definitely be an unprecedented event, but there's also a possibility that a trade deal may be announced. And this will be good news for both nations, who can in fact now put an end to months-long tiff.
Well, both the sides are making sure that the contentious issues of which trade tops the list are solved as soon as possible. In fact, the groundwork for this was laid during the Indian Prime Minister's visit to the G20 summit in Japan, where both the leaders met, and both the leaders announced that both the leaders will be resuming the trade talks which were suspended by United States. We know that US President Donald Trump is not very fond of countries who are not eager to give him any deals, and we know that on trade front as well, he has been pressurizing New Delhi on various fronts, whether the cutting off special status or whether calling India as tariff king. Remember, he has been saying publicly many times that the high tariffs India puts on American goods is something that has been a cause of concern. So both sides decided that there will be resumption of trade talks, but we never saw those trade talks. In fact, when both the leaders again met on the sidelines of G7 summit in France, both decided that their trade ministers will be talking to each other. The visit of India's Trade Minister Piyush Goyal is yet to happen, and it's largely because of the scheduling issue. Remember, India is also very busy with the RCEP negotiations which are going on. We saw the Indian Trade Minister going to Bangkok, but now the focus is to make sure that this issue is resolved as soon as possible. And in fact, both the sides are looking forward for the Indian Prime Minister's visit to US, where he will be meeting US President not once but twice now. First at a diaspora event and then in New York, and it's expected that lot of things can be announced on trade front as well.
Right, Siddhant, thank you for joining us and getting us all those details. And of course, we'll be tracking the story very closely. We will be getting back to you on this.